What's up, everybody? We're going to be looking at an oddball game on Lattice for SavageDadJ. If you guys want some free coaching, join our Discord. Halo game, it will be linked in the description. We have a lot of people in there, and there's some free coaching going around. And if you guys are interested in it, join up, and maybe we can help you get to Onyx. SavageDadJ is D5, D6 right now. He was a little bit lower, but he's getting up there. Hopefully we can get him to Onyx soon. We're really close with him. So let's see what we're going to do. I'm actually in the game with him. So we're going to take a look at his point of view and then my point of view and see what's going on. So yeah, let's get started. Hopefully I don't make this one too long like I tend to do. All right, so after the start, it looks like you're going for snipe. Don't care too much what you're doing off the start. They're a little weak there. They did do a good job of pushing and getting shots in though, so. Alright, you spawn here. Oh yeah, I wanted to point this out. That watch right when you spawn. Warlord talked about this in one of his videos, and I missed it again. Of course, because I don't know how to use it. Alright. So you can see here, and I think you recognize this too, is your reticle is pointing to where the enemy are, which is pretty cool. You can see that I spawned, or I am in green. We have a teammate in red, and we have a teammate looks like in blue or maybe on B there. And your reticle spawn, when you spawn, your reticle's pointing in the direction of where all the enemies are. So I thought that was pretty cool. Well, let's see. You're going to mid-map here, and I think this is a trend. We are fourth up here on this one, so it's fine to run mid-map, but we do spend a lot of time in this game mid-map. Grabbing ball, bringing it back because we have a lot dead. We have numbers, and you are standing in the middle of the map here. And I think we talked about this a little bit in-game. We should be spawning or holding this ball closer to blue door where the sniper is right now. It's okay if two of us are there. Maybe the sniper will move to mid-map a little bit, which is fine, but we want to be able to play this ball when we're down numbers. And we have a good setup on the map here of us all being pushed out. I'm hanging out top mid probably for a little bit too long, but I'm kind of the anchor here. Once I go down, our setup is going to break down here. But yeah, let's see. We kill them through one time. We're getting lots of time here, which is great. Let's fast forward a little bit. Yeah, so I end up going down. You drop the ball right there. We don't play it. So we're down numbers right now. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 up over there. So if they do clear us, which they have numbers, so they probably are, they're just going to be able to pick the ball and get up numbers instead of, you can milk the ball blue door and get all this time. This guy's basically dead because we're getting there a little too late. He ends up living, which is good. And we do have a lot of damage, it seems, but we're just not going to win this fight. And then they're going to get the ball for free. Taking a long time to kill that guy, but that's great. They end up doing that. Oh, and look at that. So they took so long to kill us that we ended up pushing through, because I think I spawned red here. So I pushed all the way from red through here to green, and then you end up getting a team spawn because we're still alive. So this is like, oh fuck, why did they spawn there? Why did they say, spawn so close? This is one of those moments. That's why it's so good to stay alive. But then watch here, I think it takes us too long to kill them. I was one shot first, and then Blitz was one shot after that, and now we're healing, and now you're pushing by yourself, kind of. And while that's happening, they spawned in red, and now they're pushing up behind us. So, as a team, I mean, this just goes to show that you should be pushing all together with things instead of staggering. Even though we are together, we're not together, if that makes any sense. So yeah, now we're going to get pinched here. And then thankfully the ball resets, so now they're going to have to work for it. But yeah, let's fast forward here. We spawn in red. And we are third or fourth up. I guess we're fourth up, so we're going into the middle of the map. And You miss this jump a lot in this game, and you also try and go through that door a lot, either out of that door or in that door, a ton. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Yeah. Also, too, if you run to the door, the red door, which I don't really recommend because I always die, maybe you can play this door better. But that door right here, let's see, can I get off? Yes. If you go here, now it's a 3, 1, 2, and then yourself is 3 versus 1 and then 2 instead of coming here. So you're taking a long time to get into the fight to get up here. And you have, yes, you have views on both sides, but I'm definitely calling out to you. There's a guy cargo. So you want to get into this fight as quickly as possible. So coming here and just shooting, you might even be able to see this guy. Maybe not though, because you probably just turn away and go straight for that jump. Yeah, you go straight for the jump. But by that time, we're both dead, and now you're coming out. We're dead. You're the last one up. You haven't even shot your gun yet. And now you're kind of like the first one up. But let's see, are they pushing you? They're kind of pushing you. We're all spawning here. Now you're dead, and now we're staggered again. Now it's a 3v4 again. So this probably isn't going to look good for us. All right, you're last up. Let's see. You're going ice here. Great. And going to get Shroud, and you're trying to get to us. Yeah. It's all fine. You're trying to get with us, get shots in. They're rotating the ball. Could argue could have got to us a little bit more quickly, but it's fine. Yeah, bad luck there. 3-shot beatdown didn't get it quite. Alright, we're spawning here again. 1, 2, 3 of us are dead. So you're the first up. So as first up, we want to be getting perimeter, going outside. Not going mid-map. And here you go, missing the jump again. And then you go through this door. So again, same thing. I'm out there by myself. You were the first one up. I can argue that I probably was a little too aggressive there. And I think you saw me look at you. I probably even called you, come out ice with me, come out ice. And that might be why you came out this way. But if we're hitting that together, you know, this fight looks a lot better. You do get out there. You do clean up one of my kills, which is great. And then you get an assist, which is good too. But let's try and stay out of that middle of the map. At least until we perfect that jump. But even as an early spawner, you want to be... Even as that early spawner, you want to be taking perimeters of the map, safer areas of the map, because in the middle of the map, you can get shot by all of these different angles. So we're here. It's a 3v2. 3v3, 4v3 actually, and all three of us are on the bomb here. I think this is when I mistakenly say, hey, let's go to A with the ball, because I saw our teammate in A and I knew they had multiple dead. I thought they had more, I think, dead. So that's probably my fault. So he turns around and starts bringing it back to A, but now we definitely have numbers. It's 4v3, so we need to be clearing out this blue for sure. And we do. It might take us a little too long, and then they spawn. They probably spawned red there. You got a nice double. Nice job. That's great. It's just cleaning up kills, but the awareness, you hit your shots on time. Good kill there too, so you just took out 3 of them. Yeah, now we're spawning red and they're pushing through. So now you're 4th up again. You want to get into this fight as fast as possible. And yeah, we get a good spawn here. We get a god spawn because they spawned red. So they're not going to spawn you there. So they spawned you with us. So we need to be pushing through green as fast as we can and clearing this out. And am I behind you? I'm behind you, and I need to be following up with you quickly. So you do G-slide in here. You look this way. We do get that kill as a team. And then we're just clearing this out, which we do clear out. But as that happens, this guy gets the ball, sneaky motherfucker over here, and brings it back to red. So we are taking a perimeter out here, and then now we're kind of cutting the map, going for ball, circling back, shot in the back here. Yeah, I think just being more decisive, taking perimeter routes, and then pushing forward might be a little bit better than going back and forth here. But that's all right. That's I think that's being a little nitpicky. Just all right. So there's two bottom mid here. You probably hear the call outs. You guys both cleared these guys out. That's great. And I think that's 4 dead now. They might be 2 spawners. Yeah. So we know that there's 2 spawners. So we're good back here. We're blocking red. So you need to be getting with your teammate. You need to be pushing spawners or pushing spawners passively, and keeping them in there. So let's see what you do here. All right, so you're kind of trying to get with your teammate. You end up getting shot in the back, you know, Halo timing. Nade it. Getting top mid. So this is okay. Not bad, but I think if we're... I guess, you know, the goal is to get with our teammate. It was a little tough to do so kind of sucks. But you're getting shots into him as he's coming in. I'm probably calling him out. Yeah, I dropped the ball and I'm looking for him. I didn't get him, but that's totally fine. Maybe play a little stronger here. Yeah, not pushing. I know you want to push that, but okay, you get shot from over here and kind of get caught into no man's land here with everybody kind of pushing you instead of just staying like top mid and putting shots in from afar. You know, you get a little antsy and probably want to get a kill. Clean up that one shot instead of playing strong. You know that there's guys in there. Just let him go. It's fine. He's out of the play for now. He will die. And worry about the next guy. All right, so we get bottom red spawns here. We know we cleared a lot of them, if not all of them. So they're going to be spawning blue and green here. Let's see what you do. Okay. Going to middle map here. Not a bad idea, but we do... Okay, now we're shooting everybody. Let's see, and we do drop. We get 1 kill. We get 2, a second one as a team. And then we're kind of in no man's land there. So yeah, even staying up high there might work out for you, but not. I think that's a good life. I mean, look at all the time we're scoring. I think that's good. All right, now we spawn here. Let's see. We go mid map again. You love going mid map, which is okay. In this situation, not too bad. Playing ring around the rosy over here. Yeah. So. Also, too, I think when we have this setup, which I guess they kind of already broke it, we want to be getting into like an anchor spot too, especially when they're already kind of pushed up at the map, and then we just want to be peeking out and shooting, peeking out and shooting, and if we can kill somebody, that's fine. But I think the peeking out and shooting and making them, forcing them to push us is better at this point in time. If they're spawning and we can take up map space and push them, then that's fine. But if they've already got, you know, more control of an area, then it's probably best to sit back, put shots in, and then kind of wait for them to push us a little bit. It's a hard balancing game, I think, but we'll figure it out. All right, now we got to push them and break their setup. It's a 3v3 right now. Getting QT. And then you're backtracking. That might have been a call out. You QT to the same spot that you were already in. That's great. I'm getting the 1 kill, which is okay. Yeah, move away from that QT or put it around the corner even more. You know, if they're pushing that way, you know, just take the extra second and go around it to where you're safer, and then go back because you have an idea that they're in red. Okay, so we spawn in red. You're last one up. And now you're going through door. Oh, almost got that pick. Circling around. Trying to find somebody. You can't find anybody. Which ends up working out because you'll probably kill this guy. Nice. And then we're getting ball time, which is good because it's a 4-on-3. One just spawned. And it's so close, you're just trying to get his ball time, which you end up doing great. It's alright. Second round here. Let's see what you do. Yeah. So I noticed, maybe you don't take this route a lot, but you do G-slide a lot. I've seen you G-slide before for sure. Try and do some G-slides on this side. You can go off the iceberg, off the pipes. You can even jump at the beginning and go off the stairs, the where the sea stronghold is. And also too, now you're kind of cutting a little bit to the middle, which I guess isn't too bad, but you see where I am, tucked in the corner here. You're just gonna be cutting off a little bit more angles, I think, and not being seen as much. Just very open to this area. When I can be, you know, behind these boxes here, just the outside of the map. Usually taking the outsides of the map is just going to be safer routes. Not too big of a deal in this situation, but tend to notice you do go into the middle of the map a lot. Good kill there. Nading, trying to check for spawners. Alright, now we're coming back here. Alright, here we are in the middle of the map again with Snipe. If you get shot from here, you really don't have too much cover up here. You should probably die. You're very far pushed out here. So it's probably better to get into that top blue door, or, you know, even cargo here with this basically full sniper. And now you're going to get pinched by everybody because you're kind of in the middle of the map. There's a guy coming from your left, a guy coming from your right, and in front of you. So tough situation there. So that's why, you know, good example of why we want to stay on the outsides of the map. All right, we spawn out in ice. We should just be trying to get with our teammates right now because we do have numbers. Good. All right. Now, they are all 4 dead. One just spawned in red. And this is interesting because I'm going to go for ball. And you are kind of in the middle of the map. And you're like, all right, they're probably going to spawn red, which you're right. They are going to spawn red. And now you're going to push into red while I block blue. So what does that leave open? That's going to leave green open. So we're actually going to split spawn these guys. And I like what you did here. I like that you went in here. Let's see how it plays out. You're going in here and you end up catching these guys off guard. Great, you get the 1 kill. The other guy probably doesn't. He probably knows you're there now. Now you run into the middle of the map, and I think you kind of realize this because I'm calling it out. Oh, there's a few guys in green. So now we kind of break the setup of us going, getting time here. Because you pushed in and then you blocked that spawn. You did get a pick, which I think is really good. And I think your mindset is that's what you should be thinking, because like a lot of people don't think like that. So it's good that you thought that, but I think in this specific situation, it kind of backfired on us because nobody was blocking green. And then they, you know, they had nowhere else to spawn. So now they're spawning, they're getting really good spawns on us for that 2v2. But we do come back and try and help out because we recognize that, but it's a little too late. For you anyway, because it looks like the rest of us are getting kills now. It's on a 3-on-2. This guy's crushing it with the sniper. They're both 1 shot, so we should be able to clean those up. We do 1, 2, and now we should be getting ball time. Oh no, I died. So good job of taking the perimeter on the map here. Now you're gonna help this teammate. Nice. Now you get a ball, you're getting naded, you drop the ball. Great job dropping the ball and fighting here. I have trouble doing that. I'm like, give me them points. But that was very good. Staying alive here. Nice. And now you see how he's pushing in at this time and pushing spawners? Because he knows they're all up and look, we're all blocking these spawns over here. So he could push in. Does he know that? Don't know. But he's doing it more at the right time. And let's see if he gets a pick. No, he doesn't. But we should be, we're kind of hesitant here, not sure what we're doing. And now, you know, you just turn back and forth 3 times. And we probably should have been pushing up with him, getting closer. Oh, we end up playing the ball. It's fine. They got to work for it now. Alright. Jumping out into the middle of the map for the one shot. Just stay there and shoot. Because, yeah, you're going to die here. Especially if you get into higher lobbies, you're jumping out in the middle of the map like that. And I do it too. I've done it plenty of times, you know. It's just about being disciplined, trusting that, hey, that will happen. Do you also have nades? Let's see. Yeah, you have nades too, so why not just throw a nade and maybe force them out? But you're putting them out of the play, and then by jumping out, you're taking yourself out of the play too, so. All right. What we got here, we're going through this door, taking a little bit more of a perimeter out. There we go. I like this. You kind of have a flank on them here, so we need to push it up hard. There you go. You get 1 easy kill, 2 easy kill. Here's your triple. I remember you saying, where's the overkill? And now we need to be grabbing this ball. Oh, we got a little greedy going for the overkill, maybe, I guess. But yeah, we can be grabbing that ball and bringing it back, and we have 1, 2... Wasn't there another guy in blue? Oh, there he is. 3 up, so we should be scoring points here. But we were going for that extra kill, which I get. I want that overkill too, and it was right in front of you. But that made the ball reset, and now we're on the ball, and I bet you it's going to get a little awkward for us because we're in the middle of the map. And yeah, we end up dying. Oh, we don't die. Nice. Well, at least you don't die. But yeah, all this time that we could be scoring, we're not. Yeah, you know, lots of points there missed out. All right, and I think here is kind of wild. Let's see what my logic here was. Oh, look, there's 2 dead, and we know that they're all in red. There are 1, 2, 3, and 4 of us. And by the time I come, we're basically all in here. So we should be pushing these guys out. It's literally a 4v2 in here if we push this out. And I'm bringing the ball in. And Halo happens and we get crushed. 3 of us die because we get shot in the back. Because we were just a little too hesitant on pushing up, myself included, I guess, too. But yeah, we'll look at it from my point of view as well. Good shots there, cleaning up kills. Again, running in the middle of the map. Instead of getting perimeter, which I guess isn't too bad right now because we do have all the lanes covered. But then again, we're not shooting the same things as, you know, the other teammates. Nice. So now we should be spreading out as fast as we can. And you're going up top mid here. And you're missing the jumps again. Maybe it was just this game that you were missing. Maybe you hit those jumps a little more often. I think that time was not a bad time to do that at all, to get out there. But yeah, we're just wasting time by missing those jumps. But the only way to get it is to practice it. So, all right, we're spawning here in green on cargo. Let's see where we're gonna go here. They have 2 dead, 2 alive. So it's a 2v3 right now. So let's see if you work towards ball here to pick up ball. Yep, another one's dead. Now there's 3. Do pick up ball, which is nice, but now there's 3 coming in. Let's see what happens. Great spot to hold the ball here. Like, this is the equivalent of like the blue wall or the blue door on this side of the map to hold the ball, because you can throw the ball off. And this one you can milk time because they have to push you either through the left or through the right. And whichever one they push you through, you just drop into the other one. So it's a great spot to hold ball. Nice job. Getting good time here. Got a little double. See if we get this guy as well. He's 1 shot. We can chase this. Nice. We got 3 kills yourself. And now we are backtracking. Don't need to backtrack here. We should know you yourself just killed 3 people. So the odds are we, you know, killed that other 4th person. And look where our teammates are. We're all the way back here. This guy's going to block all of red. So we should be pushing out towards our team. And I think you finally realize that. Just a little late, though. Now you're getting shots in cargo, which is fine. Job. Not good use of the thrust too. But we didn't use that last thrust. That's okay. The first thrust was good though. All right. Yeah, just be a little bit more aware of what's going on around us. I know you have a headset, so probably should have heard that guy shooting. Could have done it, killed him a little bit faster, and then moved on to, you know, the next thing. Spawn blue. See if we get shots in bottom mid. Nice. Wanted to call outs. It's bad luck here. We can shot the same person, or the same angle from the doorway, and just playing a little bit more passive there. Just a little aggressive coming out there. I do the same thing all the time. So running top mid again, but you are supporting the two teammates that are together, so this is okay. What is interesting though is that they are heavy on this right side and not on the left side, so kind of get caught off guard here. It's fine, you stay alive. Just something to be aware of. And yeah, and we're kind of just out in the open here. We're out in no man's land. And the only cover you have in this area is like QT. Like, whoa. Alright, the camera isn't working. Why are you not working? Yeah, so the only cover here is really QT, so this isn't the best spot to be. There's a lot of places where you can bank nades off to. So this is kind of like, you can just like sprint through here. You don't want to spend a lot of time there. I also don't like spending time in this door too, like we talked about earlier. Maybe you have better luck with it. But I just feel like it's very easily pushed from like top mid when you're kind of like trapped here or here. It's just stuff. I just always die in this door. Brandon noticed that as well. So I try and stay away from it. But yeah. Alright, we spawn in blue. Weird spawn facing away from everything. Okay, so this is an interesting one too. So you're getting with your team here, but we know we're kind of dead. Whenever there are people that spawn in, like whenever you spawn in blue and teammates from the other team are also, or the enemy's also dead, and we have teammates like on their teammates, like on the ball, like we know that they're fighting, the only other spot for them really to spawn, because it's very difficult for them to spawn bottom red tower, is in green. So whenever you spawn in blue and like there's an active fight going on in red, you can peek it, but it's a really good idea to let them, the enemy spawn, and then circle back through cargo and like kill them from behind. This is okay. Nothing. You're shooting with teammates. You're with teammates, which is great. Running back into the middle of the map. That's okay. We're getting this kill. And that's great. We got 3 kills as a team. I think that other guy might be a spawner. Let's see if we drop and slay. Nope, you're just trying to get the time. The guy crushes him. And I think this ends up being game. Yes, it does. Alright, so it would not let me fast forward, so I restarted it. So we're going to go through this one quickly. Through me, I'm just going to point out a few things for this. I'm just getting shots in across the map, trying to stay alive. That's the start, is what it is. Oh, so just know that a lot of people pushed on the red side of the map, so I'm trying to go around and flank them. I do end up getting 2 kills, playing off damage, and we get ball time. And I know that they're spawning in red now, so I'm going to I do a good job right here for a little while of staying top mid and helping teammates get shot. So we have a good setup here. And usually people are poking through ice, so I'm trying to concentrate on that ice side, looking to see if I see anybody. And I do. Getting shots in people so they aren't able to push. Get a good nade on it. I probably should not have jumped down there. But I do a good job of staying alive and controlling top mid, and anybody who like pushes up to my line, I'm getting shots in. So by the time that our teammates they get there, our teammates can see them and basically clean up the kills. I might stay here a little bit too long though, because as you can tell, there's like, oh, there's a guy top mid, and then you can see this guy here jumping up and trying to get shots in me from afar, and I really can't shoot him. To get a nade on him. But now I'm hurt, and what do? They break our anchor, which is kind of me. So I definitely stayed here too long, and need to change that up a little bit. But just taking the idea of, hey, being mid-map or being somewhere and saying, hey, anybody that's crossing this line is, I'm going to get shots in them, and our teammates are in good places to be able to clean up on those kills. Or I'm able to clean up on their damage. And just playing very passively there. Alright, so I think this... No, this is when you get that good spawn here, and we take too long to kill these guys. So I get in there, and I am one shot now, so I'm waiting to heal. Now he pushes. He's one shot, and now you push. And now you're one shot. And now I go again. I get one. Finally clean up on some damage, but by that time, what happens? We get flanked. So we need to push these. Me and the first guy probably needed to push at the same time instead of at different times. Yeah, going nice here. Just giving shots. Yep. Ice again. G sliding. Just getting an outside angle and pushing up on the map. You know, a lot of the times we can get here for free. All the way to cargo and then kind of wait. I like to sit right there on the wall over here. I think I do it at a different time. We can show that. But, yeah, now we're pushing together. 2 teammates versus 1. This guy should die. Takes him a little long to die. Nope, he's still not dead yet. So it's taking too long to kill this guy for sure. But now we have 3 people here and we're pushing through. And they realize that, so they're rotating the ball. They do a very good job at this. I'm jumping out in the middle of the map. Not the best idea, and look what happens. Yeah, I need to play this box better too. Closer to the box right in front of me. Let's see. No, won't let me change camera angles. That's fine. We're not going to reset again. But if I play closer to that box, I probably don't die from that guy bottom cat. I probably still end up dying, but I'm able to do more damage and live longer, which we see, hey, if it's taking too long to kill somebody, our teammates can get up to us or the enemy can push us that's already dead or that is spawning and kind of pinch us. So I think that, yeah. So I'm like the 4th spawner here, so I'm getting up to you guys as fast as I can, trying to do damage. That's why I'm cutting mid-map here. And I think this is one I called pushing the blue, because I saw our teammate in blue, so I'm assuming like that they're not going to be blue, but I was wrong. End up dying there. It's fine, pushing together, I died. We played a little stronger there, probably. Yeah. This is fine, nothing really to take away here, just holding ball. You guys are doing a good job of setting a perimeter. It's a lot of ball time there. We're sub the perimeter and staying far away and pushing spawners and stuff, so we got a lot of ball time there. Getting snipe. Yeah, I should probably have been on the perimeter the whole entire time instead of coming up there, because what happened? Got sniped. And now I'm a little early to this fight, but not by too much. Do lots of damage, and I'm getting stuck in the wall and dying, but I do a lot of damage to the ball guy. He doesn't end up dying. Not great. I think they're all dead here, and we all end up going for the ball. So yeah, I'm top mid. I'm just trying to stay alive here, and so we can get ball time, which we don't have the ball. And trying to keep them away from it, because we only have 11 seconds to go. But they're also close too. And then getting 1 kill. End up getting beat down in the back somehow. Fine. And now I know that they're spawning. Okay, so yeah, this is a good example of knowing where, you know, your team spawns. So this is what I wanted to show you. Come on. Okay, so I spawn in green. Our teammates are in red, and I know that there are people in red. So I know that whoever is dead, because I just helped kill 2 people, is they're going to be spawning in in tower. So they're going to be getting better spawns. So I'm going to go and I'm going to try and flank them as quickly as possible because they shouldn't be in blue. And if they are in blue, then I'll run into them. That's fine. But they're not in blue. So now I see these guys and I'm going to try and put shots in their back, and I'm just distracting them from pushing up to you. Obviously we're close to the end too, so they're rushing to you, but this can go for any of the, you know, any of the times when you have control of those spawns, and you know, we're taking up basically 2 or 3 spawns. We know where they're going to be spawning, especially when you just killed the people, you know that they died. So shooting those spawners in the back is huge. All right, so this is the spot I was talking about. So I'll just go here. Oh, nope. Guess I'm not going there because there's nobody there. Well, we do have 2 dead. We should be trying to get ball here. Maybe not. Now there's 3 up. We're clearing them. Okay. What else we got? All right, so this is obviously the spot I was talking about with the ball. I don't end up playing it. That's a shame. Shame on Alex. Should have played it there. Probably didn't know that there was 3 guys pushing me. I'm going to try to help the last teammate, and then most people are dead. And now I'm going to try and get ball time. And I get naded. Wonderful. Gotta love it. Ah, I get close spawns. So here too, like I should know. We just killed some people. And like we're all here. So we're trying to push to get the ball out. I can trust that my team is going to do that if I know how many people there are. And I can go for spawners because I know that they spawn in red. Probably wouldn't know that they're already at QT, but I should be looking across map here because I don't do anything for that guy. And now we're kind of, you know, they're pinching us from 2 different areas, which is, we probably end up winning this anyway, but just to be more efficient. Oh, and I end up dying. Yeah, so I get spawn bottom red. I should know that people are in red, and I don't. Terrible. End up living. And now I'm taking up negative space. No, I'm not. I noticed that there's nobody in blue, so I don't want them to spawn blue. But I should know that they're spawning red, I guess. That was my thought process in the moment. I remember thinking, oh my god, there's nobody blue. They're going to spawn blue. But they ended up spawning red. I'm not sure if I influenced that. Maybe I influenced it a little. I probably didn't influence it at all, though. But yeah. Alright, I did not go ice here. I probably should have. Yeah, see, this is what I do in the door. I jump on that door and I just get screwed every time. QT, no man's land, shouldn't have jumped. Nothing we can learn there. Oh, I missed the jump too, but I did it once and I'm gone. I find that if you sprint, it's easier to hit that jump. But that's just me. I'm not sure why I jumped up to QT. That didn't really make any sense. That was a bad life. Alright, I'm 4th up, so I need to be getting into the fight as quickly as possible. We do have a lot down, though. Okay, this is where I'm like, alright, we need to get this ball into red. Because I know that there was a lot down. There was 3 down, and then 1 spawned. And I know we're fighting people in red. So I'm probably thinking there's 1 person in red. And then like, everyone else is going to spawn blue and green. Or blue at least, and then maybe 1 in green as we get out of there. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to pull this ball to red. But then, like we saw earlier, we kind of just get screwed. I think this is the right play. I think this is the high-level play for sure. It just doesn't end up working out because I'm a little too late. And people shoot me from the behind, and we just get beat down. And, you know, it just doesn't work out as well as it should. If there was only 1 guy there, it probably would have worked out better. But even if there was 2 guys there, we should have still won that battle, but it ended up not working out in our favor. But this is a good collapse here on both of us. See, we'll probably kill this guy. Yeah, and now we're going for ball. All right, and they're all on right side. I remember this. I'm like out of the fight here for the whole entire time, trying to get to people, and then I finally get over to green to see if I can kill anybody. I get one, but I get cleaned up very quickly. So now it's a 2v2, probably lose. What else did I want to show you? Yeah, and I guess you can see too, like right here, I'm kind of like holding position. Because I'm hurt. I know that there's two guys here. I'm not really pushing them. I'm just putting in shots to let everyone else kind of get kills. And just doing a good job of staying alive, you know, just putting damage. And now we have 3 dead, and you guys are going to kill that guy. So what I'm going to do, I should be staying here in green and letting them spawn blue and then shooting him in blue. Let's see if that happens. Okay, yeah, so look, I do that. I immediately look towards blue, but I'm too late because why? It took us too long to kill that guy, and now this guy's green elbow. So I had the right idea. I'm just a little too slow. I could also be playing this from those boxes right there where, you know, it's harder for them to see me through this door and through this door. They really have to come to like the front of green crystal when usually people go to the back of green crystal. So that would give me a little bit more time. So that's definitely a note that I'll take for sure. But yeah, so probably end up dying here to this 1v1. Nope. I'll end up living. And we're scoring during this time. Clean up a kill. It's great. But now we're kind of... So this is a spot I like to stand into. Especially if they're like in green-blue side and like wait for people. And look at that rat. And I don't get the beat down even though that same guy, I think, is the one who killed me in orange sneaky window or whatever, but end up getting the kill anyway. And I did the same thing like I did here top mid, is I stayed here too long, and I think that same guy comes up. No, that is a different guy. Maybe they're calling out. Either way, he knows I'm there and ends up cleaning me up or getting me because I'm in that spot for, I guess, a little too long. Thought it was the same guy, but it's not. But you see how they're just playing a little more ratty. You get some free kills. And, you know, this is kind of an anchor play here. I'm in a bad spot, but I get shots in the guy bottom mid and mark him. I get shots on the ball guy. And then I get shots on this guy too. So I get shots on 3 guys. Is it going to work out? No, not 100%, but I'm getting in a lot of damage. I guess it was a little too early. Maybe I was the first one up. Let's go back and look at that real quick. And I remember, like, I did a lot of damage. But let's see. What did I do wrong? So I'm trying to get to my teammate, I guess, but he dies. So I'm the first one up. Everybody is dead. So this is like the worst time to go to the middle of the map and like be doing all of this damage because it's never going to get cleaned up. I guess one does, but like I shoot 3 different people. Does even one get cleaned up? Yeah, one gets cleaned up. But I did all this damage and, you know, now to trade instead of just staying alive and being able to push with the team. Thankfully, somebody cleaned up on my damage. Man, I'm not doing a good job of playing my life there, but that's okay. Anything else that I wanted to show you? Yeah, so I know how many are alive. As soon as that guy dies, turn and I sprint. I see that he's dead. And now I know where we're spawning, so I'm going to run up to them until I find resistance here. Not in the best spot here. I should be closer to this QT for sure. See, I was a little too aggressive and I slid out there instead of hugging, and then I end up getting screwed. It's okay though. Yeah, probably just trying to push them back too. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful. I think you did. You got a really good shot. You got good mechanics. I think just some mental things of like staying out of the middle of the map, running in the middle of the map. You spend a lot of time trying to jump to that orange door that's right in front of us. That one. But if we just off spawn, just try and get a perimeter route, and stay with teammates and not go to the middle of the map, and get into those fights a little bit faster, instead of getting into jumps and things like that, and uh, skill jumps. I think you'll get to Onyx pretty quickly, because your gun skills are there. It's just mental mistakes, I think, or just mentally playing a little bit stronger. Um, so yeah, thanks. If you have any questions, let me know, and we'll play again soon.